Hello from Gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and this is a video update to show you what happened to those bananas I butchered a little while ago. Okay, so some of you are asking what's she on about, what she's talking about, this butchering of a banana. So I'm going to insert here a few little clips of what I did to this poor unsuspecting banana in order to force it into producing pups and therefore having lots more than just one of the parent. And of course I killed the parent in the process. And you can see those clips taking place down there. It was pretty brutal, and even as I was doing it I was saying to myself, oh my goodness, is this really going to work? But you know, with gardening, the first time you do anything, what you have to do is just read up everything you can about it and then just go for it. Do the best you can and just trust that the process is going to work. And I was very surprised because that was the 21st of November and it's the 8th of January today. And look what I have to show you. Yes, these are my bits of banana that I so radically butchered not very long ago, and they have sprouted up lots and lots and lots of babies. And if we look in here, you can see that that's the actual quarter of the banana that you saw me slicing up a little while ago and placing one in each of these 4 pots. Now I did place them on heat and I watered them once and put them in a closed system, a box with a lid, so the humidity would be kept in. And sometime in December I noticed that these shoots were bashing their little heads on the roof of the box, so I had to take them out. And first of all I was just in too much of awe, I think, to make a video, but now I've decided to make it. And as you can see, they have done so well. Now, there were 4 quarters, because that's what a quarter means, and these 2 haven't done so well. Now, when I took the first 2 out of the box, I took these latter 2 out as well, and this one hadn't produced anything, but since then, it's not done too badly. I mean, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pups coming from it, and this one seemed to be doing nothing except growing a root in the wrong position, almost as if I'd put it in upside down. But I was very careful to get these in the right way, and since I've taken it out I do see something coming there. So why on earth these 2 quarters have fared so not so well as the other 2, I have absolutely no idea. But just thank goodness that the other 2 weren't the only result I'd had. But having said all that, I really wasn't expecting to see so many growths so quickly. So it's good, isn't it? Now I'm not going to do anything with these for the longest of time. I want the roots to fill up this pot before I try and remove anything. And if we look here, I mean, I don't know. I see some kind of root just there, but mostly I don't think there's a whole lot of roots. So I'll just give this time. I mean, you know, it's January, there's time enough to let these do their thing. Now, since taking it out of the box, I of course now have to water them, but I'm less worried of rotting now at this stage. The remains of the banana heart, the meristem of the banana is still in there, but yeah, I'm less worried about it rotting. That's all. So I just wanted to show you that because it really is the most amazing thing, and there are some propagation methods that really do blow our socks off. One is propagating begonias from leaf cuttings, which I think is always such an amazing thing. And I'll put a link at the end here to my video where I did that. And this one, propagating the ensete banana, now not the musa banana, the ensete banana from the heart of the parent plant and absolutely killing the parent plant in the process. That is also a most wonderful of propagations. That's quite, you know, well, it's nice to see new things and to be surprised and awed at what nature can do for us. And just before we finish now, I'm going to give you a little update on the seeds I planted last year. So just give me a moment while I clear this away. And after that short interlude, we're back again to look at the seedlings I planted in January of last year. So these are South African seedlings that have had 1 year of growth. And once again, I'm going to link to the original video where I sowed these seeds at the end of this one. You'll also see the original, well, butchering of the ensete banana at the end of this video too. Okay, so what have we got? We have some exciting South African seeds. And, you know, with these things, it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? You win some and you lose some, and not everything was successful, but what we have in front of me is those that were. And the first thing that I'm absolutely delighted about is the Boophone. Now, I have 6 Boophone seedlings. And anyone who watches my greenhouse updates will have seen my parent Boophone, which I've grown for several years, and I've made a complete video about Boophone distichta, which I'll also link to at the end of this. It's a very rare plant, a South African bulb, and such an exciting one because it's poisonous. And not just because it's poisonous, but it has great history. Indigenous people used to use it as a poison at the end of their arrows in South Africa. So, yeah. So when it actually flowers, it's supposed to give you sore eyes. And don't eat it, of course. But anyway, I have 6 seedlings, which I'm absolutely delighted with. Now, Boophone is in the Ammocharis family. And with all seeds in that family, you need to sow as soon as they're ripe, so the seed has to be fresh, and I'm glad I did it in time. And also in the same family is the Ammocharis. Now, I can't remember how many seeds I had, but this has been less successful. I have this and I have one like this, so I've basically got 2 Ammocharis seedlings out of my sowing, but it's not a plant I have already, so I'm delighted really just to have the 2 of them. However, there's a long way to go from 1 year to whenever flowering size will be, but I have patience. And the next set of seeds that has been really successful, and this is perhaps the most successful, this is Dioscorea elephantipes, name of course as usual on the screen because that's what I do now. And this is not a plant I have already, but it's a wonderful plant because it produces a giant caudex, all gnarled and cracked with age as it gets bigger and bigger. And a caudex, of course, is something like a bulb. It's a growth of a plant that sits proud of the soil, above the soil. And, well, you know, everybody says that your collection is only as big as your biggest caudex. They're such a fashionable thing, and well, that's something I seek out in various plants. And these, look, can you see this? These are seedlings just a year old, and already I have a caudex that size. Now, it hasn't taken on the gnarled and cracked aspect that it will eventually, but yeah, it's looking so good. Now, that's the biggest. There are others in here. There, and over here as well. So I'm really pleased with this. And if you check out my friend's recent video, Liga, she did a greenhouse update just recently, and you can see her amazing Dioscorea, which is a real biggie there, and it's great. Now you see some of the leaves have died off here, but that's okay. It's because some of them are in dormant and some of them are in active growth, which is one of the tricky things with seedlings, because of course, while they may have different seedlings may have different cycles, you've still got to tend them all in the same pot and make sure that you don't overwater. But yeah, so it goes. And then finally, I have here Ferraria. I just want to show you how tall these are. So I don't know, what's that? That's about 2 foot from the pot. Now, these are a gorgeous little flower from that same part of the world, and I don't know, I think it's 2 or 3 years to flowering size from seed, but these have woken up and gone dormant on me a couple of times already, I think. Now, the other pot I sowed two types of Ferraria, and this one is the crispa one, and the other pot is actually dormant at the moment, but I think they're fine. You know, I just have to lay off watering when it's dormant, and I don't think I've rotted them or anything. We shall see in time. And let's just go back here and have a look at the Boophone leaves. Super. And of course, I'm even more delighted that I've had success with these seeds, because they came from the famous Silver Hill nursery in South Africa, and the owners, as we all read in the news not very long ago, were murdered by, well, they were murdered anyway. So it's nice that I have these plants to remember them by. And that's the end of my update on the bananas, the ensete bananas that I carved up a little while ago, and the wonderful propagation success I've had with it, and also my South African seedlings that have done so well. I hope you liked this video, and that you'll check out the ones I've linked to at the end that shows how I did these things in the first place. And also, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. That's all for now. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.